मैं करण जाखड़ आप सभी का स्वागत करता हूं मेरे YouTube चैनल करण जाखड़ ब्लॉग्स पर OTR डर्ट पार्क से। आज मैं यहाँ पे आया हूँ डर्ट बाइक चलाने के लिए। है KTM की एंडूरो 650 EXC-F, एकदम फुली नेकेड बाइक। आपने एक छोटी सी क्लिप देखी होगी मेरे इंस्टाग्राम की, अगर नहीं देखी होगी फॉलोइंग में, क्योंकि लेटेस्ट अपडेट आपको वहाँ पे मेरा इंस्टाग्राम हैंडल है KARATHJKHR, नीचे डिस्क्रिप्शन में लिंक दे। जब मैंने बाइक को पहली बार जो ऑन किया ना, तो समथिंग डिफरेंट, आई कैन एक्सप्लेन द फीलिंग, बट एक अलग ही मजा था। और जैसे वो जो फर्स्ट गियर इसका लगाया, आई फेल लाइक दैट कि ऐसी एक बाइक मेरे पास भी होनी चाहिए, ताकि मैं अपने राजस्थान के धरों पे इसको चला सकूं। तो पहले हमको फ्लैट सरफेस है उसके ऊपर कैसे बाइक राइड करते हैं वो सिखाया जाएगा, और फिर उसके बाद जो छोटा मोटा मोटर क्रॉस वाला, ज़्यादा हाई लेवल वाला नहीं, छोटा मोटा, ताकि हम हमारी डे टू डे लाइफ के अंदर कैसे बाइक राइड कर सकते हैं सेफली।
Yeah, I told you how to ride in off-road, how position. Now, basically, in between two obstacles, that's synthetic obstacle, a tabletop, whoops, and whatever. In between all these obstacles, there is no difference between riding off-road and riding on a motocross track. You will have to apply the same principles. Because on that part of the track we have soft sand, so you will also find soft sand a lot in Rajasthan. You will also find it sometimes in the mountains. So it's important to know how to react.
Actually, it helped me a lot, you know, that adventure tour which I had with you.
I'm happy to hear that.
After that, I have got to know about my bike more, and I can ride. I can feel more safe while riding.
That's important. That's what I want to bring. Not speed, fun and safe. That's more
Fun
important.
and safe. Because after that, I did that Jaisalmer tour on my own.
Uh-huh.
There I did some fun.
Cool, and you disconnected the MTC
Actually, I have taken my bike on a little bit of that pebble type of mountain.
Uh-huh.
So he was with me and he was like, "Bhaiya, you can't do it." I said, "You just let me do it."
Yeah.
And I did
starting
it.
this exercise that I was doing there in the pebbles, starting, it's the basic, and even experienced riders should continue, and I'm also continue to doing that. Of course, I will try to find something more steep and more difficult, because I have a little bit more experience than you guys. But it's the same for you, and it's the same for me. I will find a steep place with pebbles or with rocks, and I will try to go through it, and I have a lot of fun to do it, and I hope I can share this fun with
and you know, the KTM 390 Adventure is an amazing bike.
Can do a lot.
It's so safe, you know. If you want to do like track racing also, you can do it easily on that. Because I have felt it myself while on the Jaisalmer tour. I was just doing that zigzag type of thing. So there was a moment that it was more than it was, you know, I would have fallen off. But I just felt like that your bike is just pushing it back.
It is.
And I fell in love more and more.
And I told you, if you brake from the front, normally you will not skid because you have all this MTC and CABS and so on. But you will go out of the corner when you try that. And if you touch a little bit the brake softly, you can come back on the line.
And you know, when
No problem.
When we touch that MTC off now, after that it feels like that it's a raw power. I feel like that. So I always get afraid whenever I turn off the MTC. I don't know, you know, it's not in my mind, but I don't know, you know, whenever.
Oh, on the road I always keep it on.
I do that acceleration in MTC. When I'm in off-road, there's no problem in that. But when on road I turn it off, it feels like that if I, you know, did a little bit of acceleration, it will go.
Traction control, you're saying?
Yeah, when you switch it off, you have a little bit more. There are actually mainly two positions that you can have. The one is seated on the motorbike, obviously. The other is standing on the motorbike. When can you seat? I would say in off-road as less as possible, for 3 reasons. Which are the reasons you think that you should not in off-road sit on the saddle or on the seat?
Control of the bike as in maneuverability.
Exactly. And why do you think?
And weight, balancement, displacement of weight.
Yeah, but the first point is important. Why you're more agile on the bike when you're standing up?
I mean, because your center of gravity is like
Exactly. It's a center of gravity. The CG is a lot lower. When I'm standing on the foot pegs, my 85 kilograms are on the foot pegs. When I'm sitting on the bike, my 85 kilogram or a big part of it is on the seat. So the 80 kilograms at 80 or 90 centimeters instead of being at 20 centimeters. The difference is huge in order to maneuver the bike. So it's a lot more maneuverable. It's a lot more easy. In the beginning, it doesn't feel very natural because everybody is learning to ride a bike in a seated position. But once you got it, you feel a lot more free to do things. Of course, on a straight road, on metal road, the only thing that you have to anticipate is a car that can come, a truck, cattle, whatever that can cross. But you can remain seated to control the bike. In off-road it's more complicated because you have the difference also with holes and things like that. So you will get a lot more agile on the bike when you are standing up on the foot pegs. A neutral position on the foot pegs is more or less on the ball of the foot. Okay. Now, if you are in difficult terrain and it's moving a lot, there is no problem. You'll be just in the middle of the foot, but normally in the neutral position, it's there. Your body should be relaxed and your leg bended. Oh yeah, I will first finish the 3 reasons why you should try to ride as much as you can off-road on the foot pegs and seated. The one is the CG, the center of gravity, we just spoke about it. The lower it is, the more agile the bike will be. The higher it is, with my 90 kilo or 85 kilogram here on the seat, it will be more difficult to balance the bike easily. The second thing is the vision. When you're just seated on the bike, everything looks more or less flat. When you stand up, oh, I see there are holes there, so you read a lot better the trail and the terrain where you will ride, and you can anticipate things that you wouldn't be able to anticipate, especially at high speed when you are sitting. And the third reason is you have the suspension of the bikes, which were great, and they are not in a motocross setting but in an enduro setting, so a lot more softer to have a lot of grip. Don't try to make huge jumps because boom, it will go very, very deep. So you have suspensions on the bike, but you also have suspension in your body. One is your ankle, the second one is your knee, and the third many small suspension that you have is in your spine, all the disc. The problem is when you try to make compression on them, believe me, it will be very, very painful. So in order to spare your back, use your legs, and that is your suspension. So when you're riding the bike, I see many riders, well, they lock their knees. I'm locked. Why? Because when you're riding like that, quadriceps, who is becoming very, very hot, and we will do the exercises here, stand up on the flat track. After 2-3 turns, you will feel that it's heating up and heating up and heating up, and it's becoming hard. Now that's the discomfort with it, I agree, but at least you will be able to anticipate better. If you're locked up and you didn't sew a hole, the bike will knock in the hole, the suspension will work, but not your body suspension. You will be thrown over the bar immediately. So never lock up your knees unless you see it fully flat and metal road, and then there's no sense to be in standing position, whatever. But if you are sure that it's fully flat, then you can lock to relax a little bit and to save your quadriceps. You can lock your knees. But for the rest, always neutral position, middle of the bike. That's a neutral position, middle of the bike. Second thing, your body weight should constantly move forward and backward on an off-road bike. At one moment, you're 50 meters from a turn, or 20 meters or 5 meters, depending on the speed which you are at. You brake. You brake 80% more or less with the front, 20% with the rear. Why? Because automatically when you brake with the bike, the weight will come in front, and there will be almost no weight at the back, resulting that the back wheel has almost no grip. Actually, I'm using more my rear wheel in off-road to realign the bike by blocking it a little bit, and then it will slide a little bit to the left or to the right. Be faster in the turn and accelerate faster. It helps you to keep a good line, the rear brake, but it doesn't really break you down or slow you down. So your brake hard with the front. You have no ABS here. The ones who are used to ABS take care in the beginning because but you're progressive. And you push your back backwards. So you brake, you push with both, with the rear and the front, but only the front will really slow you down. Push yourself backwards and you push your bump at the end of the seat. You don't sit, you push it. Once you arrive in the corner, at the apex, so the apex, you know what's you have an oval, the apex is where the perfect line where you will touch this inner side of the circle and then reaccelerate. Only then, so you brake, then you're sitting, and you're sitting there. Try to sit, especially on the flat track, with your balls on the tank cap. There. The more you go in front, the better you will be able to control the front tire. That will not rip away, and the earlier you will be able to accelerate. So you're in the turn, you're back like that, you accelerate, you leave your shoulders above the bar. There is quite a lot of power. If you do it like that, the bike will just make a wheelie and you will be pushed out. So you remain there, you accelerate, elbows open, you take the turn. For your balance, it's always better to keep one foot down or just 5 centimeters from the ground. You reaccelerate, and then, what I didn't told you yet, you push on the external feet when you're out of the corner. When you're arriving in a corner, you brake, you want to go to the left. I put all my body weight on my left leg, and the bike will go smoothly in the turn, and you keep it. I'm sitting down and accelerating at the same time, and my body weight should be on the external part, not anymore on the internal part. Frontward, backwards, braking the back, accelerating in the front, and your body weight entering a corner, your body weight at the inside, accelerating your body weight at the outside. Don't put your body weight at the outside, the bike will skid. You can do just playing a little bit with the bike at the reacceleration, do some funny things like that. You remove your weight on the external part and you put it on the internal part when you accelerate. Automatically will start you will go like that. You put back your weight there, you will see, oh, I have a game grip. So just play a little bit with it. So that's the idea of the exercise here on the flat track. Braking, what is your position, body?
So back, knee is bent,
Yes.
and back, but not sit on the bike.
Yeah, correct. You want to go on the left. How will you position yourself in this braking phase?
Braking phase. So bring way to the front.
No, braking.
You're still
Braking.
braking.
Acha.
You're still braking your
Braking.
back. But
And
is it left or right that you will put your?
On
You have to go
braking,
to the
it's on
left.
the outside.
No, braking
Outside
as the inside, accelerating at the outside. So I repeat, you brake, you're going in a corner, you put your body weight and your line there. Brake, and you push a lot with my left feet because I want to go
Okay,
to the
because
left.
you have to turn with the left. yeah.
Then I'm sitting down. When I'm
For
sitting down, it's
accelerating
external. On the
To the knee.
external. I'll go to the right. Tell me how I have to do.
Going to the right.
Yeah. I'm braking.
So you're braking.
Show me your body position when you do that.
Right. So you're
You
braking.
brake and you.
So you're braking, and so you want to go right. So your weight is on your right foot. And as you start to turn, you move your body weight to the outside, which is the left side, and you push down with the left foot on the left.
Correct. Very good.
And
very good.
your weight when you're accelerating will be moving forward.
Okay, so what I would like to do, your body going forward. Why do you think that an off-road seat is so long always? Because the idea is to use the full 50 centimeters to go easily front and backwards, frontward, backwards, backwards. Don't try to turn with a enduro bike or an off-road bike with a bar. It's not very efficient. Turn it with your body weight.
दिखता आसान है भाई, मगर आसान है नहीं। जितना मुश्किल ये हेलमेट खोलना है उतना मुश्किल इस डर्ट ट्रैक पे बाइक चलाना है। बट इट वाज अ गुड एक्सपीरियंस एंड आई थिंक दैट कि ये एक्सपीरियंस जो मैं यहाँ ले रहा हूँ ये मुझे आगे जो मेरी राइड्स होगी फर्दर कुछ ऑफ रोडिंग वगैरह टाइप की, तो वहाँ पे बहुत हेल्प करने वाली, क्योंकि जो मैंने इनका पहला टूर अटेंड किया था दैट हेल्प मी अ लॉट, एंड दिस सेकंड आई थिंक इट विल बी ऑन अ much higher level help.
Or they were holding with 4 hands on the lever. So this is a very wrong technique to ride when it comes to off-road, because the bike often tends to throw you up in the air and you need to hold on to it. So the holding point, the lower body, you have your leg muscles, they're very strong, and for the upper body you have your hands. So guys, you need to understand that the handlebars on a motorcycle are the highest pivot point. They will deliver you the most vibration. I tend to hold the handlebars tight, stop all the, I'll get arm pump, as many of you were facing, because most of you were riding with loose knee. So guys, the most important thing is whatever jerks that the bike has to throw at you, you should be able to limit that jerks up to the lower body. It should not get transferred to the upper body. The reason being, the hand muscles are not that strong that you could take the jerks every time with your hands. If you are not holding your bike with your thighs, you're not doing justice to your hands, because all the jerks your hand has to take it, otherwise you will be thrown off the bike. So the most important thing when you're riding motocross, make it a habit, not just motocross, any form of motorcycling, make it a habit. Always ride with locked knees, thigh and your knees should be locked to the panel and the tank, yeah. And slide your weight in front, you slide your weight back, it's kind of a rail, so you go forward, you come back, but it should always be attached to the side panel. So once we begin doing this, the most important thing comes is the vision. It's a very clear saying in motocross, look where you want to go, not where your bike is. Most of the people have the habit of going where the bike. Alright, so your eyes should be where you want to go. Suppose you just completed a turn and next obstacle is a jump, so your eyes should already be on the jump. So most of us have a habit of riding just looking in front of our mud guard, the front mud guard. But we should always look at the horizon. The scientific thing behind this, that vision, the peripheral vision has more reflexes than the focused vision. If I'm focusing on someone, right, the reflexes are much slower than if I'm not focusing on someone, but it is in the peripheral vision. So you just need to look at the horizon. Whatever comes between the next element and your computer, that is your head, your eyes are gonna automatically take care of them. Whether there's a ditch, there's a big stone, or whatever it is, you don't need to look at it, because most of the times you're going fast and you need a lot of reaction time, and when you limit your vision, reaction time just gets screwed up, and that actually makes you quite unsafe. So that is why it is very important that you always keep the eyes, they will look like this. And second part is, you always look one step ahead. Right, let's talk about a turn. A turn can be broken into three parts: the entry of a turn, the apex of a turn, and the exit of it. So when you're about to hit the entry of the turn, all right, so your eyes, when you're about to hit the turn, your eyes would already be on the turn. When you're doing the entry of the turn, your eyes would already be on the apex of the turn. When you are on the apex, your eyes would already be on the exit. We have a habit of looking at what we are doing at the present moment, but this is racing. You're like, this is not a normal road bike that don't need any high reflexes. Here safety is the first concern, and we as riders, we are first responsible for ourselves. The techniques that we learn is gonna make you safe rather than your riding is. Of course they're gonna help you out, but the technique is the most important thing that every rider should learn, so that they are much safer and they also stay in the riding industry for a very long duration, because they don't get hurt. All right, hit the motocross track, guys. Don't try to race each other. Please try to learn from it, rather than like, I want to race him, he's faster than me, he's slower. We are not here to race, we're here to learn something. So you are your own competitor. Okay, there's no one faster than you, slower than you. Landings, feel the takeoffs, feel the berm, go slow, take your time, do not rush. I repeat, we are not here for a competition. Okay, do not do anything super stupid on the jumps, because they are big, and you guys have been experiencing these machines. They are pretty reactive, and the power, like, go you up like 60-70 feet high up in the air. So we have to harness that energy, because they have a pool of energy, and the most that you can take out of it is the better. So don't get too edgy on the bikes, get smooth, harness energy from them, make the throttle smoother, look at the turns, take the berms, get your feet out on the berm. So please focus on the basic fundamentals rather than try to go fast or try to jump the whole thing. Don't do it. Then eventually, if you guys, while riding, if you have any questions, we are here. You can stop, you can ask, then you can go again. Alright guys, is there any?
सेशन बहुत ही अच्छा रहा और बहुत मज़ा आया, और मुझे भी पता चला कि 1 PM इनका एक एडवांस सेशन भी है। सर को बोला आप पहले बता रहे तो मैं एडवांस वाला भी कर लेता। सबके ऑलरेडी आई हैव मेड डिफरेंट प्लान्स टू मीट फ्यू ऑफ माई फ्रेंड्स हु आर इन दिल्ली, सो आई विल मीट देम एंड आई हैव ट्रेन बैक टू जोधपुर एट 12 PM इन द नाइट। अब हम बात करते हैं कि ये जो पूरा ट्रैक जो मैंने किया है, ये इसकी कॉस्ट क्या पड़ी? कॉस्ट पड़ा है मुझे 2500 रुपीज़, और इट इज़ लाइक 50 to 60 मिनट ऑफ ट्रैक एंड 1 hour ऑफ सेशन, जिसके अंदर आपको सिखाते हैं कैसे क्या करना है। एंड आई विल से कि अगर आपको बाइक से प्यार और आपको ऑफ रोड के बारे में कुछ सीखना है, तो मैं कहूँगा आपको कि आप यहाँ पे आइए और सीखिए, और आपको सीखने को बहुत कुछ मिलेगा। ऑलवेज रिमेंबर, जब भी यहाँ सीखने तो ये माइंड में मत लेके आना कि यार ठीक है ये यूँ करते हैं, वो करते हैं, वैसे करते हैं। ऑलवेज बी ए बिगनर व्हेनेवर यू वांट। इफ़ यू थिंक दैट आई एम एडवांस देन डोंट। मैं आशा करता हूँ कि आपको ये जो वीडियो है पसंद आया होगा। अगर पसंद आ रहा है तो आपको क्या करना है, देन डू कमेंट ऑन बिलो एंड लेट मी नो कि आपको ये कैसा लगा, और आपको बहुत ज़्यादा पसंद आया तो अपने यार दोस्तों, फैमिली वालों के साथ शेयर करें, उनको भी थोड़ा सा एडवेंचर लेने दीजिए लाइफ के अंदर। इसी के साथ बाय बाय।